We all ready?
Sure.
Relatively.
Alright. So, it's been 3 days since you settled into this new wagon. 3 days of nothing but rain.
And Corey singing.
A question.
And Ash being... Shoot.
Now that we have an actual functional roof to the wagon and not a precarious hole-filled mess.
Yes, Corey can be up on the roof in the rain.
He is. Just perpetually. At all times. He sleeps up there.
Ash thinks he's nuts.
You come aboard this next day, and it's as usual. Plains, trees, occasional critters. Your services have not been called for. All in all, the last 3 days have been very, very boring.
Question. So, is that 3 days after?
The end of the recap, yes.
Okay.
Oh my god. Ash is bored out of her brain.
I'm just updating Corey's journal.
Now, you've gotten to know your little open space. And Aleyna, due to having been the backbone to do it, has actually been sleeping on the hay bales that she gathered.
They all would have been.
Yeah, but I don't think the rest...
sleep on the floor.
So, you've only been stopping at night to cook, to eat, to discuss the plans for the next day. With one village, which was, alas, completely out of rum, of any alcohol. And how are we doing on the keg that Scene gave you?
How big is the keg?
About 5 litres. I'd say it's all gone.
I'd say it was gone pretty fast between Corey and Milford.
Milford, did you share your bounty with Corey? Or are you jealously guarding it?
Oh, I thought it was established last time. It was shared.
That's good.
Well, you said probably shared.
That's good because
more... Then assume it was shared, yes.
That's good because the more sober Corey is, the more annoying he is.
So yeah, it was basically 5 liters split between 2 of them.
Okay, so that puts us... Is today the 20th or is today the 21st?
I believe it's the 21st of October.
Thank you.
Of course, my ability to keep track of time is not the most well known.
That's why we have Corey's diary.
Dates and math are difficult, and yes, this is like 60% of why I'm doing this.
The other 40% is because it's fun.
Yep.
So, it's dull, it's dreary, and yet this crossroad is new. And then, as quick as a flash, the train stops. And you hear muffled cursing from not 1, but 3 of the wagons. 2 unnamed... Go ahead. My mistake.
I was just going to say, Ash will be laying on her back. So she's looking up at the roof and throwing stalks or bits of seed or pebbles or whatever she can get hold of up at the roof at Corey's butt dent as he's up there in the rain singing. And then when the wagon stops, she like sits up and is like, whoa, something's going on.
Well, we don't just stop. The wagon literally stops suddenly, so everything shifts forward. Because Seam had to stop hers suddenly.
Does Corey slide off the roof?
Actually, speaking of that,
I will
Corentin, dexterity check.
I will point out he would have his tail wrapped around anything that he can balance himself with the same way he would on the yard arm of a sail.
Yeah, but
There's
it's
nothing
wet
like
and
that.
slick would still slide
Yeah,
whether you fell off.
the canvas is over the support structure of the wagon.
There will be more support structure on top of the wagon once you complete a few more things.
He's trying to hold on to it regardless, but given the weather, dexterity what? Save?
Save.
Yeah, if they're doing a brake check like that, who's going to slide up and up on the Optimus?
It did it actually. There it goes. And actually, Corentin fails it. Corentin.
I mean, not appallingly, but yeah.
Yeah. Since Aleyna is actually asleep, I'm going to hazard a guess that it is Milford who is sitting in the driver's seat.
Probably, yeah.
Nobody
You fall
really
into
needs
Milford's
to
lap.
Hello there,
Hi
lad.
there, can I help you, lad?
Oh, wonder what that was.
We stopped?
It's excitement, finally! As she pokes her head out.
And as you do, I want everyone, minus Aleyna, who is just passively toning out the world.
As usual.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me.
Corey's onto it. Ash doesn't have a clue. Again. My perception is -1! I'm never gonna be...
Pretty perceptive after being thrown off the roof of the wagon.
Yeah, well that's it, he's really awake!
To be fair, he was on the roof of the wagon. He might have seen something. Granted, Corey being Corey.
Happened. Corentin, you did not see what happened, but you can clearly hear the swearing and lowing of dray animals. And if you look ahead, one of the flatbeds has fallen on its side due to a divot and a broken wheel from the road. The train is now stopped and unable to move.
God, damn shitty road. Apparently they don't maintain this crap.
Quick question, what biome are we in?
We're still in, Rivendell.
Yeah, but are we in the woods?
We are not in the Rivendell woods. The Rivendell woods are in the southwestern to southern edge of the continent.
Hey, don't bite my head off. I just wanted to check because you can't sneak up on our ranger whose favorite biome is the forest.
No, it's open plains with sparse tree cover.
Okay.
Yeah. The rain, because it has been so unusually constant for Rivendell, has weakened the gravel roads. What will you do to help the train?
I suppose we should go help him.
Bye, I'm not going out there, it's wet.
Lad, I don't know anything about fixing wheels. You're welcome to, I suppose. Good luck. And Corey just tries to climb back on top of the wagon.
You get back on that wagon top with us standing still, and I'm gonna kick your ass myself.
To hell with it, I might as well keep watching the crossroads. Milford hops down off the wagon and just kind of stands at the crossroads, just kind of scanning the landscape.
There's Milford.
Thank you. Oh, he had an updated character sprite.
I'll fix it later.
Yeah, it's in references for later.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
How do I rotate? Thank you.
I take it he got back on the wagon, despite Aleyna's warning.
He doesn't listen well. Yeah, he continues trying to climb up onto the wagon. Onto the wagon roof. I'm happy to make any necessary check for that, but this is Corey. He wants to be at the highest possible point.
Aleyna just rolls her eyes, annoyed, but does not really do anything to harm you.
Yeah.
Instead, she hollers out, "Yo, shortstop, why not go check and see if they actually need help?"
Why am I the one that has to go out in the rain?
And Corey's actually going to sit on top of the wagon and keep an eye out in case anything decides to attempt to prey on a stuck wagon train.
I'm presuming Aleyna gives her a look, so she's just gonna...
Actually, Aleyna sits up, and all you hear is, because if I have to get up with my wing aching this badly and my head feeling like I just went 10 rounds with a Balfour, I'm not going to be happy.
Insert eye roll and teenage groan. Ugh! She goes outside and is instantly wet. Alright, let's go see what they want then. She splats off down the road in the mud.
Imagine very begrudgingly, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
And
she's
as
got a
you
cloak
hear-
on, but yeah, she's just splat, 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 splat.
And what you come to see as you get past Thrune's wagon is the flatbed is completely on its side. And one of the animals is actually very badly hurt. A draft horse. Hang on. Da, 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 da.
And if I knew this was going to be part of the storyline, I would have made one.
Lessons learned. You still have more of the train to make anyways. You
Yeah,
said so. There's Shawnee.
yeah, but you never told
Or
me you needed
Shawnee.
this one specifically. Anyway, Ash is up there.
Yeah, I just need to friggin' fix her because
Yeah, she's still shiny.
I don't get why.
Somewhere in the character sheet, probably.
For the love of frickin' inlay. Okay. Save. Well, I'll figure it out later because I'm not fiddling with it. So as you look, one of the draft horses is down. Its leg is badly gashed, but thankfully it does not look broken.
I was gonna say. Oh, the poor thing.
You hear dogs nervous This was clearly one of the empty drays, thankfully. So, by blessed be, no stock was lost or damaged.
Dogs are a bit upset,
really
though.
Yeah. Got some really weird thunder going on out there.
And we are going to go the And Corey, you said you are keeping an eye out for things?
Mm-hmm.
Both are.
Well, that's his excuse, yeah.
Ah! Friggin' frithing inlay. I hit a button.
Obviously. At least it wasn't Splatter Dog this time.
Indeed. Okay. And thank you.
That doesn't look like an elf. That looks more like a gnome.
What does?
Seam.
She's actually about 5.5 feet tall, though she's a little stunted.
Yeah, considering most elves are about 6 foot.
So as the rain gets heavier, the animals get nervous. Including your own 2 Aptonoth.
Milford's gonna look up the wagon to Corey. Oi, lad.
Aye.
You gotta go to watch here?
Keeping an eye out.
Hey, I'm gonna go walk up to the front.
Alright.
Ash, meanwhile, has reached the dray and she can't do a lot, but she can pull out her panpipes and soothe the horse to stop it from thrashing around. So she plays it a little tune and it hopefully stops kicking. Do I have to roll anything for that? Animal
handling.
She's -1 on animal handling too. Oh my god.
At least
The horse actually freaks out because you hit a sour note and it kicks out screaming.
I don't think I like that lass.
I think Corey has put me off listening to his singing for the last 3 days.
You've been wanting to stab my eardrums for days now because of that.
Ever get the feeling he's the reason the ship went down? I don't know if she should try again after that. That's pretty scary.
Don't.
Don't try again. Don't.
Leave the horses to me. Why don't you go get that strong woman of yours to help us get this dray up?
She looks him up and is like, I can try, but she's not really that friendly. she goes back. He wants us to try and get Aleyna.
You're getting Aleyna.
Yeah.
No.
That's
not my
thought.
problem, lass.
Oh, thank you. Right, you calm the horse then. I'm going back here. Aleyna.
Don't think that'll end well.
We kind of need some of your nice big strong muscles at the moment if we want to get out of this shithole.
What do you mean?
Well, like this pothole and the dray's tipped over and the horse is really badly hurt and it didn't really appreciate my music because I think Corey's ruined it with his singing. Anyway, he might need help lifting the wagon so they can replace the wheel. It looks like the axle's broken.
You can't ride on my little red wagon. Front seat's broken in the axle dragon. Hoo-ah, hoo-ah.
Stop! Probably better than Corey anyway.
Performance check.
That wasn't in character. No, that's just me singing.
Well, too bad. You just sang to the horse.
Damn it. All right. Well, what check am I running here?
You are
Animal
running a performance check.
Oh, he gets performance. I had to do animal handling. Performance, I'm a +5, and I could have done that. No, she wants. So
the horse looks at you. The orc looks at you, and it's just like, go get the strong one.
Yeah, someone's working on it. Jelly your roll. Well, so you want to keep an eye out for timorous beasties.
Alright, well, if Aleyna's not coming out, she's going to have to go in there and drip on her.
I swear to God, if you do that.
She's obnoxious. She's going to go in there and drip on you.
Aleyna stands to full height, anger blazing in her eyes.
Redhead puts her hands on her hips and looks at her belly button, basically. And then up and up and up. Look, they need your help. We need to get moving. If we're not moving, it's gonna be worse for you.
Lass, if we're not moving, I'm going to start singing.
My point exactly.
You wouldn't dare.
Oh,
what do you do with the drunken sailor? What do you do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
Dexterity save.
Should have seen that one coming.
Oh, Corey absolutely saw that one coming.
Yeah, hey, at least he got her out of the wagon. Just to do it, she has to go outside.
He's being deliberately annoying.
Yeah, she did not use her tail this time.
I'm gonna assume whatever she did knocks him off the wagon.
Yeah, 5.
Does that hit?
Oh yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Yeah, that hit.
Ow!
Yeah, that was her staff.
Lass, you don't need to give me a concussion. You need to go help the wagon, or we're stuck here for a while.
Alright, fine!
A really good thing Corey leveled up, otherwise that would have just killed him.
Oh, I know! Would have knocked his ass out at least.
There's a reason he's joking about concussions, because whoo, that hurt.
Well, while you go there, I'm going to feed Franklin and Buffhead.
Are you really going to go with those names?
Well, I couldn't call them Thing 1 and Damaged Near Dead Thing 2. Well, could I? And
No,
besides,
because we already
I
have
like
a damaged
Buffett.
near thing dead.
Yeah, well, he's down there. But I liked Buffett because he did a really good job of trying to beat up that jag. Even if he gave himself a concussion, he's still a Buffett.
I
So
was
Ash
just calling him stubborn idiot, but I like that.
Ash goes and grabs some of the hay and beats the Apton off. She's wet now. She might as well stay outside.
So, Aleyna goes and just kind of sighs.
Aleyna needs to be on the map.
Aleyna needs to be on the map. Aleyna is over here near the fallen dray. She gets put into the line with the rest of the dwarves. And with a mighty heave, straight stretch.
One could say a mighty hi-ho.
With a heave, they do not get the dray up.
Oh dear. It's quite a big dray, regardless of it being. Just be glad it's
And
not
there are
loaded.
4 orcs and a dragonborn trying to lift this thing.
Wow.
Need some help?
Do you want to help?
No, but I want to get moving.
Then get your ass over here.
You don't have to scream, I'm right here.
Oh, that's not screaming.
Alright, let's try this again. On 3, and everybody on 3.
Corey's gonna climb back up again. and just watch this from a distance.
Just watch.
Corey, since you are up there, perception check.
Ah, damn it.
Oh dear.
Now, strength check.
To whom? I'm guessing to Milford.
Milford and Aleyna, I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, you gotta specify who you're talking to.
Sorry.
Cruel!
You just slipped in the mud!
That was...
Oh, nice!
And Aleyna, as you see, her eyes get a little bit of a glow. She growls, and the dray tips, landing with a crash back onto its wheels.
Well, I just loosened that up for you.
Corey, you notice 2 critters moving in
Oh no.
to attack.
A couple of black kitties.
Brace
One is
yourselves,
aiming-
we've got incoming!
What? Where?
He points.
Ash is going to try and climb on the wagon because she can't see from down there.
Corey will attempt to help you up, but it's not gonna work very well from the angle he's at.
No, alright. Dexterity? With advantage?
Itty bitty halfling
Yes,
trying to
with
get up here.
advantage.
Hey, she made it up there. Alright, so now she's at least got the highest view she's ever had in her life, to be honest, because wow, you can see for miles.
Milford.
Yeet.
Let's see, that is a +4 to hit. You suddenly are aware of this dark shadow slinking through the grass as a panther goes to strike. Does that hit?
I'd say so.
Yes, that hits. That definitely hits.
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Question, DM. How high up is the top of the wagon where Corey and Asheari are?
You can see the panthers because the top of the tree is about 20 feet above you.
Well, no, I'm just asking how far off the ground we are in case the panthers come after
At
us.
3 meters.
You're about 18, 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, wagons are quite high. Particularly stagecoach type wagons. Oh dear.
You do not make the saving throw.
Somebody's
Aleyna,
getting knocked on his ass.
You are now prone. Aleyna gets this, and this, I better roll damage while I'm at it.
Want to move the kitty up to him there?
Yeah, I'm trying to do about 10 dozen things here. Okay, so there's kitty. And that is 1d4 plus 2. Milford, for your first hit, you take 6 points in damage.
Oh dear.
And that was his claws. Since you are now prone, thanks to a pounce, it now gets a bonus attack of a bite.
Don't kill him.
Does that hit?
No, it does not. No.
So the cat goes to bite, but instead it gets your hood. It misses the bite.
You little bastard.
Aleyna, now aware of it, the cat goes for an attack, and it does manage to hit. So 1d4 plus 2, 5 damage to Aleyna. Let me sit this so it's not at the edge of the goddamn map where I can do shit. 5 damage. No, I don't need that. -5. Hang on, I'm trying to get their shit together.
Milford still doesn't have a health bar, according to me.
Hang on. Milford, Hades. How's that?
There we go. That's better. He's not as dead as he would have been if he was still level 1.
Yeah.
And for Aleyna, that is a strength saving throw.
I would have basically gotten squished if that had been level 1.
Unfortunately, Asheari is now the wet paper bag at, I think she's like 16 health or something, not even that.
And Aleyna does make the strength saving throw.
Corey,
so
no, 13 health.
So she turns just as this cat comes, holding her staff out, and the claws get her, but she holds her ground.
Technically, Corey spilled the wet paper bag at 12.
She's still more than him? Wow.
By 1.
Alright, now. That is...
Oh, the wagon's going first.
The wagon gets a turn!
No, the wagon does not get a turn. Okay.
Alright, initiative roll. Initiative?
1. Yeah, roll initiative.
Here we go. Oh yeah, the two paper bags want to run in first.
You just hit the roll for initiative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you clicked on your character.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Click character.
Oh, hang on.
All I have to do is click on it, right?
Yeah, just so that all the ball things around it appear.
Yes. Okay. And then click initiative, and
there you go.
I'm learning. Actually, I forgot from last time, but I'm learning.
Yep.
The two didn't get on the
Initiative sheet,
roll
yeah.
board.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Panther 2.
I like his new token. That looks cool.
Who's?
Milford's.
The one that's not
yeah.
on it yet. Manslayer.
Yeah, the first one was kind of rushed. I didn't realize it was actually going for like the map token, so I did a more top-down view.
Okay. And I believe, yeah, that was a 4.
And he's got his axe.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, forget the torch. The axe is the more important part. Especially after all the dual-wielding action he did.
That's it.
Yep. Johnny, Corentin, Milford, Panthers, and that leaves Aleyna at initiative. All right, now let's lower this.
Put him in order. Yeah.
Yeah. Numerically descending. There we go.
There we go.
Milford, you're up.
Oh, I am up. Okay. I am prone, correct?
Yes, you are prone. You can take half your movement to stand up, and then you can do what you wish.
Okay, well, I mean, since I don't really have to move, I'm going to stand up. And then I am going to dual wield dagger hand axe. So we will roll dagger hits.
Nice.
Does that hit?
1 second. I'm trying to set up HP here. Sorry.
I would hope that hits.
I just say it's 22. I should hope it does.
Yes, it hits.
Okay. And then I'll just roll damage.
Yes. Somebody tell me what the damage was.
Why
Actually, no.
is it-
I've got it now.
I say it
8
should
damage.
have done that. Yeah.
All right. The
they
cat gives.
Too, so we can see them.
The what?
For now,
the axe,
these are
yeah.
panthers. They don't need the health bars.
Oh, they're
This
pretty
is
weak.
literally a spur of the moment encounter because my plans kind of got derailed with Fenni.
Does that hit
You
again?
hear? Yeah, that does hit. The panther gives a scream at the first hit, which is abruptly stopped as it hisses from the second, falling to its paws in a stagger. And it growls at you, unable to do anything else.
Ah, come on, you little
Really did?
pissant kitten. And that ends his turn.
Johnny, you're up. Corentin, you're on deck.
Speaking of pissant kittens, she's going to use. Oh, where's my thingies on this? Spells. There we go. Pull it out.
Oh shit, I forgot. Milford has, like, spells now. Not good ones, but you know.
I don't have ability to do her spells on this one, so I'm going to use it on this.
Don't worry, your
she's
spells
going
will
to use vicious mockery.
Nice. Yeah, your spell list on D&D Beyond should transfer.
Oh,
and
sure.
that's 1 second.
Well, that's on brand. That's on brand, honestly.
The cat pauses, looks up, just kind of confused, and then shakes its head and focuses back on Milford. But it's staggering, it's panting, it is hurt.
I didn't get to vicious mockery yet.
Yeah,
I'll
let the girl insult. Come on now.
Sorry. Stop it! Go lay down.
She's got a dog. Anyway. I've lost my vibe now because she interrupted.
Sorry.
You pathetic little waste of carpet fur.
And that's a wisdom saving throw. Which it passes.
Yeah, well, you ruined me vibe. Me mockery
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
all that good.
Get off my...
Forgot what I was gonna say.
Milford's just gonna look over and go, carpet fur?
Where's the throw rug? Take him out and beat him!
Lass, he's not a throw rug yet. We have to turn him into one.
Does
This
that
place
end
could
your
use
turn?
a nice throw rug.
Does that end your turn?
It ends her turn, yes. No way she's walking in there.
Corentin, you're up. Aleyna's on deck.
I have got absolute crap.
You could throw your dagger over its back.
No, I'm more concerned he'd hit Milford.
I don't think there's enough range. Thrown objects are only 20 feet.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit further than 20 feet.
It would be in disadvantage range, but barely.
You'd end up like hitting the wagon in front of you.
Sylvain, get rid of the points, please.
I don't know how. That's not me.
That was me.
That's
I didn't
me.
have snap to center.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's about 50 feet away. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to go down there, paperboy.
Well, this isn't going to end well. And he is going to...
Yes, he's already on half health.
Oh, fuck. Can I... actually...
Get it off your ruler. Oops, that's not what I intended.
I think he can move about to there if he just drops over the side of the wagon instead of climbing down. Which, this is Corey. He drops over the side of the wagon instead of climbing down. That should just be assumed when he's getting down from anywhere.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna... Yep.
Yeah. That's about as far as he can get without dashing, and if he dashes, he doesn't have an action.
Does he have an action that he can reach with anyway?
At the moment... Yeah, no. Furthest range on his spells is 15 feet.
Well, that's all he can do then, isn't it?
Yep.
Does that end your turn?
Yep.
All right. Aleyna's turn. Aleyna's currently wrestling with this cat and is just like, I was napping. I was happy. What the ever-loving hell do you think you're doing? Get the hell out of my space. She drops her scythe, pulls out the sword, and swings for a hit. Doing 15 damage to the cat, who screams in pain as a wound is opened from neck to the edge of its hind leg. Not killing it, but it is badly injured.
I'm hurt. I'm very hurt.
Aleyna growls, laying her ears back, and that ends her turn.
These are some disturbingly tough cats.
Yeah, I didn't think that
It
was
is
that tough.
now Panther 2's turn. Having just been flayed open by this bitch with a blue sword.
Sounds like a rock band.
That's a good band name. Bitch with a blue sword. Yeah. No, 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 no.
It's going to drop the scythe, which was currently occupying its jaws. And it is going to go for a bite attack against Aleyna, which does not hit. It cannot do anything, therefore it ends its turn.
Shockingly, gaping
Panther-
wounds make muscles a bit hard to operate.
Yeah.
Panther 1 is staggering and goes for a claw attack against Milford. Does that hit?
hits. That
that'll
hits.
Against Milford's leg.
Ooh.
And it just yowls quietly.
You little piece of shite! This isn't your fancy feast.
And that ends its turn. Milford, you're up. Shawnee, you're on deck.
Milford is going to dual wield attack.
He's going to smack the snot out of that thing.
Oh yeah.
That hits. How do you want to do this?
I was just
Well,
going to
not
say.
done yet, I'm
You
not
don't even
done
need the
yet.
axe.
No, it's dead. It's dead.
Oh,
First,
well, it's very dead now. She's gonna chop its head off. Like just not chop its head off, but just like bash it.
No, we need the carpet rug.
Jesus. It's gonna take the axe and just or it's gonna take the dagger and just stab it like in the side of the head, Deadpool style.
My mother loves Deadpool. Okay.
Jesus.
does that
Okay.
end your turn?
Um.
The cat quivers for a moment against your blade and then just falls limp into the wet ground.
Yeah, because casting a spell takes an action, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
can't I?
He's done.
And yeah, that one.
Okay. Shani's not in range of the second one. I haven't. That ends his turn.
Yeah, Milford's done.
All right, Shawnee, you're up.
Shani is not in range of that other cat, so she's going to have to climb down the wagon, and no, she cannot jump off from that height. It's about 4 times her height. So I'm going to have to do a dexterity save, am I?
fall damaged.
Oh, man. I'm not going to jump off, no, I'm going to climb down. Like I said.
That's going to take half your movement.
Yeah, what's her movement again?
Less you can jump, I
You're
know
over
how
there.
I know how to. Have you never heard of Featherfall?
Oh.
Featherfall's a
miss-
reaction. Featherfall's a reaction.
If you miss, alright, she's going to, copy Corey's really bad example and take a flying leap off the bloody wagon.
Corey is going to cast Featherfall, so that she does not take fall damage from that, because she's little and should not be jumping from that height.
I presume it worked.
Yes. You are now safely off the wagon and on the very wet ground.
Lovely. Anyway,
Um,
so she's going to move up. What did I say her movement was? 25. So, get that out of the way. So, there, which makes it about there, which makes it... Oh, I've got to move the map. Still out of bloody range. Oh, it's just in range!
It's just in range. Just in range.
Just in range! Right, so she moves up, not quite to Corey, but she can just get the cat in range. And she uses Vicious Mockery. Wait until I've yelled.
I'm just going to make the wisdom save.
Rolling. You baggy-assed, mangy-eared, bow-legged carpet rug! Go find something more your size to pick on, like an ant!
Very nice. Let's see. Damn it! Sorry, I am dealing with a petulant child.
I've noticed. Did it wisdom save? No.
I'm about to. Hush.
It failed.
How badly?
Oh, well, it just failed. It's a DC 13 and it rolled 13, so...
Nope, it passed. Which means it takes half damage.
Well, it still gets 2. That's something that's better than what I've been doing. That was a good taunt.
Yes.
Alright, that ends her turn.
It's double the effectiveness of all your other taunts.
Oh, that's it! That was pretty good, I like that.
Corentin, you're up. Aleyna's on deck.
Here. Right, I think she's got that. And it's likely going to be dead by the time I get over there. What do you say? Should we try and skin this thing? The halfling was saying something about turning them into rugs.
Don't start trying to skin it until we're done with fighting.
We are done. You're just taking a little bit longer.
You've got this, lass.
Is that in your turn, or you cannot try to skin this thing while we're fighting?
Yeah, but they can converse about it. It's not like he can do anything apart from throw his dagger at it anyway.
We can like poke at it and kind of kick it and stuff and go, oh yeah,
kick it a bit. Oh yeah.
That is literally all Corey can do. Because he can't get to the cat and still cast anything. And if he gets to the cat and can't cast anything, it's gonna eat him. So.
Gonna go.
Yeah, play with the dead cat. It's a lot safer.
This is
so
what we've got.
Turn?
Yes.
Yeah, we must remember to say this ends my turn. It makes life a lot easier for the DM.
She's pissed off. She swings the flamberge again. That most definitely hits.
Nice.
And you watch as the other side, a matching wound opens up. This cat is half-skinned. And it is now dead.
That's no good for a carpet rug. That's like a carpet runner.
And
we are now out of combat.
That's a hell of a way to go.
See, lass, you've got this.
She swings the flamberge, cleans it off, sticks it back in the sheath, and grabs her staff.
And what
Can
stomps
I-
back to the
Just angrily goes back to sleep.
stomps back to the wagon, slams the door, and goes back.
That's pretty much what she's gonna do, is just noink.
Can you cast spells out of combat?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, Corey, come here, lad.
Aye.
I can cast Cure Wounds, right? Because it's a touch spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go, blood.
Oh, that's much better. Though you
Yeah,
may
now we're
want
back
to
to
heal
full health.
yourself as well.
Ah, well, you can't touch myself, you know, that's a sin.
Ah!
I think you
Can we
may be
get
the
rid of the
strangest
burn order
hermit
back?
I've ever met.
Well, you want to get these cats on board, and we can figure out what to do with them later.
Skin them now. I don't want the rest of them.
Oh, you've never had cat fillet?
Definitely no. Although I'm
Oh.
presuming it tastes better than piss and tree bug jerky.
Much better, much better.
I think we
Fine a
have
fight
better.
as I've ever seen, dwarf.
I think we have better. You know what? I'm not questioning your culinary choices, but I think we have better food available.
I am. I have been.
No, that's
Oh,
a lie.
definitely.
I'm certainly judging your culinary choices.
At this, I have got to design Thrune. At this, the stocky dwarf steps off of his smithy wagon, and you see the thing actually tilt before righting itself.
He's a heavy dwarf.
His chainmail armor clinking as he walks closer and examines the cats. Fine beasties.
They to be
Yep.
ours.
Give you 200 golds or your pick of a weapon for one of the skins.
I like gold, lad.
Right, well, let
Just
us
one,
skin
you
it
say.
first, and we'll see if we get a good one, and he can have the manky one.
Yeah, just one. You get just one of the skins.
Well, get to skinning! I could
Alrighty.
use a new rug.
Like you could use a new hole in your head.
What is it?
What is it? Survival? Right?
Hang on.
Uh,
Were you saying that out loud to him, or were you trying to be sneaky?
Trying to be
I
sneaky.
was trying to be very sneaky, yeah. Who in the tone
Stealth check.
I'll roll a stealth check on that one.
Yeah.
Gee, why am I not
Do
surprised?
we get advantage?
Were you both muttering?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He does not hear Asheari, but he does look at you with distaste.
lad,
Well,
you-
he only said, yeah, you get one of them. She's the one that said about giving him the bad skin, so that's good.
Well, I also said like you could use a new hole in your head, so.
Oh, oops.
lad, you may want to keep that sort of comment inside your brain.
He's got a brain.
But it's no fun inside there.
All right.
Of course it isn't.
she's
Brains
going
are
to
never
skin
fun
this-
on the inside.
Just ask this one. It's spilling out the Vitier right now.
Okay, survival check.
Corey is going to help. Corey is not going to actually do the skinning, but he's going to help.
Milford, survival check at advantage.
Oh, at disadvantage. Damn it.
Roll a second one, see if you get better.
How do you do at advantage, anyways?
When it comes up with
When you click it and it's a questioning roll, you say normal or advantage. Like, for instance, perception check for Aleyna, public, advantage.
when you're doing it on this, not Roll20.
Well,
Yeah.
Roll20 still does the advantage, because I just did that from Roll20. Or not from
Alright.
Roll20, from D&D Beyond.
Oh dear.
So you do it.
It should bring up a couple of boxes as you go through it.
You just click on the number, right? The bonus, the number for survival for the check
Mm-hmm.
under additional skills.
Mm-hmm. You get
no,
a... Well,
I was gonna say mine literally just like rolled the dice. It didn't bring up anything.
There might be a
It's
We'll
still a
fix it
beautiful
later.
skin.
there might be a setting that you have to.
yeah.
Settings. It's always
Yeah, let
the
me check
settings.
something. Let me check something.
Oh
real quick.
no, I have to do it on Beyond. I have to click on D&D Beyond first. Okay, no, I figured it out. I have figured out what is going on here.
Yeah.
There's like a D&D. There's like a Beyond 20 box that I have to click on. I'm guessing, or like hover over, and it says like disadvantage, normal advantage, roll a super advantage, roll a
Yeah.
super disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, figured it out. Not that it matters because that was a decent roll, but figured.
That is more
figured
than
it
a
out.
decent roll. The skin you get off your cat is absolutely pristine. Would make a decent cloak or a rug or even a gift to a cranky dragonborn if you ever wanted to stop hating people.
No, that's the one that Asheari wants for the
The
wagon.
rug.
Yeah,
a
so
rug.
you
It's
now
a
have
rug.
a skin to be dried, which you can give to Seam, or to... Gambit, stop it. Give to Seam or to the wagon master.
Again,
because
why
she
are we
seemed-
giving it away?
You're not, but they can tan it.
Right.
Boy,
Food for
short
thought.
stack. How's your cat coming?
Okay, she's going to. Is Corey going to come over and help me?
Or is Milford gonna come over and help? Who's got the better survival?
I mean, with the help action, it doesn't make.
It doesn't make any difference because it's her
Technically
survival and she's
different.
got a -1 survival, so I need help!
Yeah, Milford will come over and help.
Yeah,
But
lad,
first he's
you
gonna
may
shove
wanna
the
help her.
cat skin to Corey and go, here, take this.
Corey's going to just about fall over with the weight of it.
Corey takes it, looks at it. Ah, thanks, lad.
Corey,
Just faintly disgusted.
looking at this cat, you notice that its canines are slightly indicative of a faint memory. Do you wish to take a fang?
Yeah.
I need a
He would.
survival check from you to see if you get one of its canines and how well you get it.
No advantage because Milford's already buggered off. Oops.
The fang does not budge.
I'm gonna DM wisdom save.
Wisdom save. If you're thinking about doing something stupid, wisdom save.
More an emotional.
An emotional kick in
Yeah.
the teeth. Okay.
He's a little shaken, but moving on.
Alright, so Ash is going to roll her survival.
At advantage. Good.
It's an advantage. It needs to be
Oh.
advantage because that's
Wow.
really bad.
Yeah,
Well,
you managed to tear a few. You managed to get a little more off, but you do not remove the skin. All you do is make some. All you do is connect the two cuts against the chest. There is still a chance to get the skin off this thing.
Do you want to have a go for it, Milford?
Yeah. Let me have a try at that short stack. And then that's at advantage.
Try not to mangle it thus.
If Asheari
Hey, I didn't
is
start
helping,
it.
the pelt comes
did you
off. but it is not as clean as the pelt that Milford had gotten before, due to the weapon damage as well as Ash's botched attempt.
She's gonna roll it up and hand it to the go over and hand it to the blacksmith anyway.
The blacksmith.
Do you want the gold or do you want the weapon?
Oh, good question. Milford, what weapon did he offer again?
He didn't offer a weapon, I don't think.
He offered your pick of a simple weapon.
Eh.
And he looks specifically at the blue frickin' pirate when he says this.
Yeah, I think we might need something for Coria that's a little bit ranged, like a bow and arrow or a crossbow, because he's really bad at throwing that dagger.
Oi, Gory! Go get yourself some steel, lad. You need it.
Put the hide away first, and then come back and pick out something.
To be fair, we could probably get more weapons than one with that much gold, but if you insist. And he rolls the cat skin and just carefully tucks it under one arm, holding on to it. Right, wouldn't mind a crossbow, actually.
Tokens, achievements, D&D source books, chatter, general, recap, references. Where did you put the references for the shop and shit?
It should be under chatter.
It should also be in the folder of source books.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Get pinned? It did get pinned. It's in pinned chatter if anyone ever needs it again.
Yeah, it did get pinned because I took one look at it and went, "Oh, that's
it's very
useful."
It's very nice. In fact, I'm going to keep it open.
Yep, give me a second. Shannon is not very smart.
Do you need the pricing?
It's loading. The other one wanted to download, and I was like, stop misbehaving.
Yeah, well, I want to get something that's at least worth 200 gold for that, because yes, Coria is right.
I'm afraid you're not going to with a crossbow.
Yeah, they're a bit expensive, but hey, okay, so we do get the better end of the deal.
Alright, Corentin. Crossbow is what you're aiming for, yeah?
Hmm.
It'd be nice.
It's the only ranged thing he knows how to use.
Crossbow.
Specifically a light crossbow.
You see him shuffling through swords, and some of these swords are deep black and expensive looking. Before he pulls out this light wood, dark steel light crossbow. It's your basic crossbow. It's nothing special, no magic. Looks at it. Makes sure the balance is true. And hands it to you stock first. I suppose you'd be wanting bolts with that.
Aye, lad. Bit hard to fire it without any.
You better be giving him bolts.
Hands you a full crossbow quiver. And then looks over at Milford. And Asheari. Is there anything you be wanting?
Does it cover the price of the cat?
Nice.
Boy. Those bolts only cost a GP for 20. And the quiver was only a GP.
Cool.
So,
yeah, I need
for what it is, he just spent about 27 of the 100 promised gold.
Okay, I'm
200 promised.
200. I was just going to say, hang on, you promised us 200 for this skin.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
boy.
This one's a little manky, so 175.
I think you said 200, lad. And it's not that manky.
Persuasion check.
Thank you. Oh, come on. I want to be clear because I use the digital visual dice on D&D Beyond. That was on a 16 and then it tipped.
I hate that.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate that with
I
these
hate
dice.
that.
They feel too light.
Okay, I am
He looks at you.
getting Corey's crossbow settled.
Yep. 175. And don't test me.
Alright, well, I still want a dagger or two at least. That way I've got some throwing material. I've got one dagger, but a couple more would be nice.
He goes through and pulls out 5 daggers and fans them. Or daggers, throwing knives. Same thing. Same cost. So these are 5 very, very nice throwing daggers.
Nice.
3 gold each. For Damascus steel, guaranteed not to break.
Can I take all 5?
Aye.
I'll take all 5.
Alright, so that's 15. Hang on, I need a freaking calculator. Because Shannon is not good at math. 175 minus... What did I say? Minus 25.
You spent basically 27 on the crossbow, quiver, and arrows.
Minus 1. Minus 15. So you have 133 left. You be wanting anything else?
Milford? Do you want another
Hey.
axe?
Hey, give me one of them hand axes.
Only have one.
It's alright, I got the other. Pats his, the hand axe that's on his belt.
Then you can double axe smack.
Yeah.
I do have something special. He lumbers and you watch as the wheels tick tock, following his footsteps. The Bullfango just kind of look back and shake their heads. They're used to this. He comes back with 2 boxes. And one of them is about the size of a hand axe.
Well, you
He
didn't have to leave
opened-
home for some boxes.
He grins, and his beard is usually so thick you don't see his expressions, but you see white teeth. And he opens it to reveal a hand axe with runes carved into the wood. This is
Ooh.
a hand axe +1.
Ooh.
Well, ain't that, swanky.
I think that means he'll take it.
20 gold and she's yours.
20 gold. Hey, yeah, whatever. You can have the gold.
Takes it out of the cost of the skin. You are now at 113. Any armor or clothing?
Armor would be good. I would love something a little bit more less wet paper baggy. Corey
Lad,
would probably want some too.
I don't wear
I'd
armor.
I'd recommend some studded leather armor for your lass.
I don't
Keeps
wear
you-
armor,
Yeah, I got
lass.
That's right. He's a spellcaster.
So I suppose with those, you're planning to axe our enemies a question, lad.
Oh, that and more, lad. That and more.
I was going to say with extreme prejudice. So So what
Well
armors?
then.
What light armor have you got?
We have leather, we have studded leather, and that's about it.
Right.
Some blacksmith you are with leather armor.
Well,
This
he's
is
got
early in the
studded leather. That's rivets.
It's
He
early
does
in
rivets.
this journey, Boyle. I'd be happy with what you get.
Yeah,
Considering
don't listen to
Rishia.
him. He's got a concussion. Just can I have a look at the studded armor, please?
He brings it out, and this leather has been beautifully dyed. This studded leather is shades of blue and green.
Nice.
And I want you to make a perception check.
I don't know what that roll was, Bino, but good job.
Perception. Ability. Perception again.
Perception is wisdom.
Yeah, thank you. She's got no bloody wisdom. Oh my god, she's got wisdom. She likes the armor.
Hey!
That's wisdom save, not wisdom check.
Oh,
You're just-
well, who knows? It says
I'll
wisdom.
let it
I
go
clicked
for
the
now.
button. I don't know what
I'll-
to press.
Okay,
Oh,
when
just
you're
the
going,
wisdom.
yeah. So we'll keep this for now and just use it as a learning session, okay?
Okay.
You notice that there is a brand mark into it. This is from your hometown.
Ooh, I definitely want that. How much is that?
Considering its rarity and its color, 68 gold.
Yeah, we've got enough.
He hands it over with a grin. Would you like a matching cloak for it? Throw it in for 10 gold.
She looks at her cloak, which is not really adequate. It gets her not even dry, actually. And she goes, definitely.
He hands you a matching blue oiled cloak that keeps the rain off.
No more rain, and she hugs it to her in the same manner that Milford hugged the beer keg to him the other day.
You look great fancy with that, lass. And I can.
Well, she's not yet dressed.
That's why he said she will.
Yeah.
And I have one last thing. Of course, I don't think you'll be able to afford it now.
That's an evil little laugh, dwarf. What have you got?
He turns around, picks it up, and poof, slams it in front of him. This is a half-sized keg of aged... Sorry, my brain just poofed on me for a second.
It's alcohol.
Yes.
She's regretting asking.
Oh,
It's
you
aged
evil little
whiskey.
bastard.
It's aged whiskey from Ayla. Namely,
Um,
Southern Ayla.
Hmm. Okay. I was gonna ask whether Corey would recognize it, but that's a no.
Not unless he's ever been to the snow-covered regions of Southern Ayla.
I doubt that.
No.
All we know is
He does his
barrels
best
of
to
whiskey
avoid.
good.
I'm pretty sure that all Milford knows is barrels of booze too. So insert facepalm.
He's got a surprisingly decent knowledge of wine, but not whiskey.
I'm surprised. I thought he would have been more of a whiskey drinker.
He was stationed near a winery for a while.
That's true. Yeah, it's a bit hard to get scotch when you're near a winery.
Actually, Corentin, history check.
Oh, that's gonna be
At
fun.
advantage because you only just left Adonadale.
At advantage because it's related to alcohol.
Both.
Yeah! He surely would have come across it on his pirating adventure. No, he hasn't. He doesn't have a...
He doesn't pay
You
attention to.
distinctly remember seeing Aleyna drink something, but you don't know if it was whiskey or what.
He doesn't pay attention to A, alcohol brands, and B, what other people drink. He pays attention to getting rum into his body.
Yeah, if it's not in his cup, mug, or stein, he doesn't care.
This cask is perfectly aged.
How much for it?
100 gold.
And
That
how
means you're
much
gonna owe him, Milford. We've only got 35 left.
Corey,
You'll need help some other day.
Corey takes a moment, counts his gold. I can help, lad, but I can't cover the rest of that outright.
I got 50. You want to split it?
Yeah, I've got 20.
Damn it to hell.
I think that covers it.
Just to let you know, you still have 45 gold.
No, 35.
Flint.
Because
35.
35
yeah,
for that
like
clip,
Flint.
yeah.
Yeah. So that, it
So
just covers it.
65, that just covers it. What do you say?
Right, I'll toss
What if we need to buy something else for the wagon that's not booze?
You with your trivial concerns like housing and clothing and shelter.
I'll toss in 20. And you cover the rest?
He looks.
I wouldn't trust
looks
him. He's
at
going
y'all.
to drink less. He's going to drink more than 20 worth.
The dwarf levels his gaze at both of you. Here's a better question. Can you even carry this, lads?
We drank enough of it, we can carry it.
It may take
Right.
us a while.
Stand there while you drink it.
And then you hear whips cracking as the drays have been repaired. Think quickly. We're leaving.
I'm sure if we
Well, I'm not
both
helping.
take-
I'm going back to the wagon.
I'm
You
sure.
have 30 seconds to figure out if you can coerce somebody to get the whiskey onto the
How
onto
how
the
much
wagon.
how much does it look like it weighs?
It's a keg that's about halfway up to friggin' Corentin's waist and is wider than the dwarf.
We can walk it
That
or
would
roll
hold
it.
about 130 litres. It weighs about 100 kilos? Close to 120 kilos? I don't know what that is in pounds, but you can figure that out. It weighs
about
about...
200.
The two of us.
Yeah, it weighs about almost as much as Corey.
Yeah, that could be done between two, though.
Right, if I take one end and you take the other, I think we can get it to the wagon.
Hey, yeah, I'm in.
Corentin, wisdom check.
I can just see shoving the fur at her and trying to lift this thing. Insert another face palm.
Hold my fur.
I just want to point out that if it weighs about as much as Corey does, they genuinely probably can physically get it.
Between the two of them.
Okay. You're willing to try. You think you can. So I need a strength check from both of you, not at advantage.
Yeah, basically
I'm
shoves the
doing
fur
something
at Ash. Here, hold me fur. Here, hold your fur. You wanted it.
So you need a strength check.
And at that, Ash is just gonna cack herself laughing
At this,
and leave them to it.
Aleyna actually leans out, wing over her head. What the hell's going on?
Serpent's bloody
The
wings,
idiots
this is
can't
heavy.
hold their liquor.
Let me
Serpent's
guess. They need help.
bleeding.
They're
God's
both on their
damn
asses in
heavy
the mud
ass.
trying to pick up a barrel of whiskey. If you really want to help with that, go right ahead, my dear.
Corey is
no,
just
you,
Corey is just
Did you say
swearing.
no, you got to grab it by the other end.
At this, you hear the busted wing actually creak as she opens it, and that is going to be an athletics check from Aleyna. Not at advantage. Why did I do that? Either way,
Otherwise, she got it anyway.
Wrong.
you see her actually lift up with her jump augmented by her wings, injured or not, and she jumps over the Aptonoth and lands. Hello, boys. There's whiskey.
Hey,
Could use a little help
She
here.
never said there was whiskey. She just said liquor, but hey.
You said there was a barrel of whiskey when you were laughing.
No, I said the idiots can't hold their liquor.
barrel's also arguably marked, so
Yeah, well, she would have flown over, seen what liquor they had, and yeah. But no,
So-
she said the idiots can't hold their liquor.
that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one.
I think you said, though, they are on their butts trying to lift a barrel of whiskey is what I thought.
Oh, yeah, I probably did add that. Sorry.
So
the butts in their
she's-
mud.
Yep. So she's like, need some help.
Aye, yes, please.
I need some help.
She
The
moves to one
serpent's
end,
damn
looks at
thing
Milford.
is heavier than it looks.
She
and
looks
that's
at
saying
Milford,
something.
looks at Corentin, shoves Corentin away with her wing.
Fair enough.
Take
You can't be pushing
Takes-
him around like that. He's got no help.
She just
He's
jumped.
got like no help. You can't keep hurting him.
She shoved him. He didn't hurt him.
Corey's just
Yeah,
like,
but you...
that's fine. Backs away.
He still hasn't been healed from the last time you bonked him.
No, you did
Oh, you healed
actually.
it.
You did. Mostly.
Was it? Yeah, I say it's not all the way full though.
He's a 11 out of 12. He's fine.
Okay, so Aleyna goes and picks up her end of the barrel.
Yep.
Yep,
Probably
no,
pick
that
up the whole
shouldn't surprise me. And Milford goes, and even worse.
Ah, he drops it on his toe.
Yeah. Ow! God damn it! Ah! Stupid piece of barrel. Ah!
At this,
Meanwhile, the dwarf is cacking himself laughing at the idiots.
and the train is starting to move. So she just, the hell with it. And you see that her necklace is actually starting to pulse as she gets angry. She
Ooh,
starts dragging this barrel in the mud.
By the way, carry rules are that you can carry something times your strength score.
Hang on.
She probably can carry it because she's got quite a high weight.
Is your strength multiplied by 15? So 5 by 15 is 75.
Oh, I mean, Milford could carry it on his own. It's just your strength score, right?
It's your strength score, not your strength modifier. So, like,
So my strength score is 18, I think, right?
7 times...
Yeah, but you still dropped it, and Aleyna can carry 300.
Corey can carry 105.
No, he failed.
I think Milford can
So-
carry like 270 or something. Yeah.
For
Aleyna gets annoyed.
for
go ahead.
reference, Corey weighs 180, so Corey cannot do a pull-up.
Corey can't carry himself.
Alright, so Aleyna grunts and actually picks up the barrel. Let's go now! And walks back and gets into the wagon, shaking off her fur and setting the whiskey down in a neat corner with a plunk. and starts digging into her bag. Where the
Uh,
devil's me glass?
Corey.
Don't forget the coins. Don't forget the change.
I don't think we had change.
Yeah, we had 35 gold.
You used it.
Oh no,
We
you
used
paid
just to
for
buy
that.
the
There's
whiskey.
nothing left.
Yeah.
That's right.
We
There's
used
nothing
all
left.
of it. We owed.
Yeah, that's it. You gave him money. Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's 20 from Corey, and then however much was left.
It was 45, so I have like 5 gold left.
Corey has 3 gold and 5 silver.
I should have 6 daggers, not 5, because she already had a dagger. Oh no, they're +3.
Say they're special daggers.
Yeah. She had 1 normal dagger and then the special daggers. 5 special daggers.
They're +1 daggers is what they are. They're throwing daggers.
Yeah. Nice.
They're not meant for stabby. You stabby, you breaky. You throw, they go in.
Yeah.
And then you have to
Assuming
retrieve
you
them.
can,
And it's a pain in the
assuming
ass.
you can hit them.
Yeah, I'm not Corey. I hope.
Honestly, as long as your dexterity is better than his.
Alright,
I guess we're moving again since the train.
yeah, wagons don't move that far, so she can probably put down the armor for now and jump out and run up to Seam's wagon and try and talk her into tanning the hide.
Seam
Yeah.
is sitting and driving both your wagons. Ah, little one. What are you doing?
Corey's got back on the wagon and is still holding the hide, by the way.
Oh, I thought he shoved it at her so that he could pick up the barrel.
No,
Yeah, you didn't say you took it back.
I suppose he would
You
have,
can't
yeah.
carry it and the barrel at the same time.
He certainly tried to for a moment and then shoved it at her.
Yeah. She took the hide and went back to the wagon and left you idiots to it. So she still got the hide. Anyway, she puts the, she shows Seam the hide. We just killed 2 cats and was hoping if you could tan this hide for us so that we've got a throw rug.
A throw rug. Such a beautiful specimen.
Yeah, I can take him out and beat him every so often. Or maybe you could make him into a nice cloak. I don't know.
How about instead a blanket? You are planning to get beds in that thing soon, aren't you?
Oh, definitely. Yes, a blanket would be divine.
Since you have done so much and saved my Guarga from a most horrendous fate, I shall do this for nothing.
You're a love, Seam. I love you. And she, I'm gonna have to do a dexterity save to do this, but yeah, she sort of jumps up and grabs the ladder so that she can heave the skin onto the cart for Seam to do. Where's my dexterity?
Would that be dex save or would that be acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. She manages that quite well. Thank you
You don't
very
only
much.
do that. You don't only do that. You pull yourself up and sit beside Seam in her nice, seemingly temperature-controlled front of her wagon.
Oh, this is nice.
Well, yes, I have to keep my ingredients from spoiling.
Is this a spell? Can we get this? I want this.
It's a simple spell. Ifreen could put it on your wagon. Right now it just keeps off the sun. Mine is kept cooler and the air is kept fresher to keep the herbs safe for my potion brewing. There's also several spells for stability on my wagon. No bumps. See?
We're definitely going to have to talk to Ifreen about this. This is nice.
Has she tried to slap you with some of her outrageous costs yet?
Well, the last thing she wanted us to do was to get some flowers. Would you have any idea why she wanted flowers?
You did not pay attention to what was on her wagon, did you?
No, I did not. I was too busy looking at the wagon, to be honest.
Seam gives this soft, just gentle chuckle. Her wagon has the marking of Teostra and Lunastra, the elder dragons of light. They're also known as the gods of marriage, the only known mated pair of elder dragons to be known. Her husband leads this train. Quite the odd
She making
couple, if
love
you ask me.
potions.
No, my dear. Odds
Technic-
are she's weaving them or using them for dye.
technically, Nora and Ibushi are a pair, but Lunastra and Teostra are the ones that are more
No.
Famous. Yeah.
more inclined to inspire sappiness in people.
Sappiness.
They're
Y'all-
adorable, that's why.
Y'all have seen what happens in Monster Hunter World when you fight the two of them together.
Yeah, you die.
You hurt Lunastra's boyfriend, she comes and kicks your ass.
That's it. She gets stroppy. Anyway, oh. She makes dyes. Is this how you've got such a beautifully appointed cart, is it?
To a point. That
To
and
a
her
point.
husband, well, that and Rickton decided best way to get potions sold is to be seen. But for a half-orc with unsightly hygiene issues, he does care about this trade.
Wait, that's her husband?
Bit of a surprise, isn't it?
That is
I
definitely
felt
not a
that I-
pairing I would have thought. She is very aristocratic, and he is very uncouth.
Well, there's a reason she travels at the back of the train and he at the front. They protect us. And I guess now do you.
Yes, we travel in the middle. We're the guts
Why
of the
not
party.
Why not stay with me and tell me a couple of your tales?
That I will gladly do. And she settles into the seat, and she starts telling her story about a mishap with one of the fishing fleet boats that happened. It went out one day, and it found a huge shoal of fish, and a whale had also seen the shoal, and they're battling it out, trying to get the most fish between the whale and the fishing boat. And the fishing boat finally came back with this tale of the whale, and she adds all this flair and thrill to it, and yeah, it takes a good few hours of telling.
During this, Milford, Corentin, what are you two doing with Aleyna?
Well, Milford's sitting up front right now.
Corey would like some of the whiskey, please.
Duh.
Yeah, Milford's also like passed his mug back for the whiskey. Like, hey, give me some of that.
And you guys actually hear Aleyna chuckle, her stoicism broken, as she starts drinking.
Loose lips ain't ship, but whiskey makes you frisky.
Okay, can we
Pretty-
take
This is break. This is break.
2
Good,
minutes.
great. You're back.
Yeah.
Is this counted as a short break or a long
Yes,
break?
this is a short break.
I need to use
I
the
will do a long-
bathroom and also.
Run!
Yeah.
This is a short break. I will take a long break around 8:30 because I gotta feed Gambit.
No, I'm talking about like as in short rest, long rest, so that
yeah,
those guys
this is
heal
long
a bit.
rest. This is long,
Long rest?
Everyone, yes.
Right. So any spell slots, any healing, they're all redone.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Everyone is fixed.
Sweet. Ooh, map change.
This map took me about 3 hours to do.
Wow.
No matter how simple it looks, getting the details right was a pain.
Pretty.
Hey, there's a dead dragon.
Yeah, bridges on Incarnate can be hard.
I got it done.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks deceptively simple, yes.
But yeah, like if you know anything about Incarnate, you know how difficult it was to do probably the river, the different
Oh, yeah.
layerings of water, the debris. Lots of
I'm quite proud
layering.
of how it turned. I'm
It looks
quite
very
pleased with how
nice,
it turned
yes.
out. The real trick was getting the dragon half in the water and making it look like it's partially underwater.
That's
That looks
got to
really
do a
good.
lot with playing with layers, yeah. That's good. Sorry, and did we count that as a short rest?
Long
Long
rest.
rest.
Long rest? Good.
It takes
So you
another
get your spell slot
day.
back.
It's gonna take another day, which means for the whole night, Team actually offers Asheari a chance to sleep in a decent bed.
Woohoo!
Long rest taken. There we go.
She would have run back and grabbed her armor and used Seam's wagon to have some privacy to get dressed in her nice new armor. So she now has on her nice new armor and cloak.
Which means you now have a new armor class.
Oh yeah, a decent one too. If you got the studded leather armor.
Did I miss anything?
Not really.
Ash got dressed
Okay.
and she slept in Seam's wagon. So she had a real bed.
So the night passed? Or...
Yeah, it's long
Full
rest.
day.
Okay. Corey needs to do his journal.
So yeah, take a long rest. I am presuming that those three stayed back in the other wagon boozing it up. And then we stopped for the night and they continued to booze it up.
Actually, we didn't stop. They continued driving. This is this is why most of them were tied together by ropes up until we hit the bridge. Is because the lead wagon driver would lead and take shifts in driving the wagon. By the way, you now have an armor class of 15.
Woohoo! I'm not such a wet paper
I
bag.
think that makes you armor class wise the tankiest here. Unless I was saying unless Aleyna's got like a higher AC.
Aleyna's got an AC of 14.
Okay, yeah. You're now a
I'm now
very
15.
armored turtle.
Lucky I didn't she's lucky I didn't roll the cone. I don't know if you heard me rolling, but I was rolling what was in the back of the dwarf's thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. That's why it came up with hand axes instead of like the what the hell is it called? Hand cone of clarity. The hand cone of clarity is this wonderful little trick. When spells or bardic abilities are cast through the hand cone, it increases the spell DC by 1. And is just wonderful.
Just wonderful.
So, it is now mid-morning. And you
My
hear
HP is still
water.
14.
Refresh it. It is now mid-morning, and I meant refresh D&D Beyond.
I refreshed both.
Did you hit confirm after the long rest?
Yeah.
Okay, because if you don't hit confirm in like 3 seconds, it doesn't do it.
Oh, really? I
cool.
didn't do that.
Yeah, so click on long rest and then click take long rest and then it'll say confirm. It'll start counting
there
down.
we
Just click
go.
that again, and then it'll do the long rest. Yeah, that way you don't accidentally like press it during combat or something. I guess.
Right. Thank you.
Yep.
It is now mid-morning. You hear water running, and you are passing the river that leads to the city you are aiming for. You are halfway to Rishia. And as the wagons slow down, Scene looks over. Are you sure you don't want to follow your friends and make sure they don't crash into the river? I've shown you a few tricks about driving.
Given the fun they had last night, that is a very good plan. They bought a keg of whiskey off Thrune.
Oh my. Thrune's blackberry whiskey?
Exactly. You have no idea what they're like when they're sober, let alone drunk. And the worst part is, I think Aleyna got in on that one too.
Oh dear, the angry one?
Yeah. Although, when I went to get my armour, she didn't seem quite so angry anymore, so maybe it's a good thing.
Maybe. You best go and get that dray over the bridge. Ifreen is not happy with delays, nor is Riften. And we have a
And I've kind of grown fond of Franklin and Buffhead too, so I don't really want to see them hurt. So she hops off the wagon and trots back over the bridge, and I don't see where my token is. There it is.
Over in the corner, yeah.
Oh, I found it. Okay. So she comes back.
Milford is still in the seat, kind of singing drunkenly.
Didn't he even notice that they'd unhitched the wagon and these guys were now
Yeah.
on their own?
Yeah.
I was born in the rain on a mountain train underneath the holy sanctum moon. No
Oh my
mind the
God,
strength
Corey.
of the hurricane come around every June.
Is Corey also singing?
The devil's daughter. She's hard, she's cold, and she's mean.
How late is it?
But nobody taught her.
Mid-morning.
It takes a lot of water to wash away Saint Marie.
Yeah, Corey's also singing. Corey's singing. Corey is singing along badly.
She pats Franklin in sympathy for putting up with these lot as she passes.
The poor Aptonox just blow and just make noise.
Yeah, gives her a look as in, oh my god, help.
Hey, short
would-
stack.
Would
Strangely enough, Aleyna is quiet.
would you like a performance check from either of us for that?
Both of you, actually,
Performance check.
at
If they come
disadvantage.
If they come up with angry
No, I don't
birds
think it
on
matters.
He doesn't need it.
I don't think I need the disadvantage.
Yeah. Corey has a decent bonus.
Corey can hold his liquor a bit better.
Corey has a decent bonus to performance, but he's not a good singer, so it's just a case of even if he had rolled well, it would have been that he's bad, but it's weirdly charming. That's just bad.
Where's Aleyna?
In the back with the blue one.
Oh boy. So she goes in.
Aleyna's not in the wagon.
Oh, well, the token's in the wagon, so.
Token's on top of the wagon.
Token's on the wagon.
Oh, on the way. Well, that is hard, okay.
Corey, for once,
She looks in anyway. It's Corey in the wagon as well, or is he on top? I'm presuming he's also on top of the
No,
wagon.
for once, he's
Nope,
actually inside the wagon.
Okay, so she gets up her ladder and she looks in and she sees Corey singing away badly with his whiskey, sort of waving his hands and having a good old time all by himself. Hey! Blue balls! Where's Aleyna?
Just points to the roof.
She looks up and groans.
Good luck getting up there,
Aleyna.
lass.
Aleyna is actually asleep.
Yeah, she's going to have to do a dexterity roll and try and get up there and wake her up.
Or you can do a perception check before you
Okay.
try to climb up there.
Perception check's going to fail, by the way.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
You notice
Wow!
You opened your eyes!
out. There is
Sorry?
a ladder that actually leads to the top of the wagon. And there is a square spot of reinforcement that wasn't there the night before.
Ooh, who put this here? How did this get here? This is nice.
She holds out her tail so you can actually pull yourself aboard.
I thought she was asleep.
She can still hear you. She's a merc. Come on. She's taking the
she's-
alert feat later. And
She's
you're
just
not
been
exactly
ignoring
quiet.
the singing.
Okay, yeah, so she's going up. She's not intending to keep her asleep. She's intending to wake her up. So she's like, oh, this is nice. And then this fluffy tail sort of comes down and almost smacks her in the face. And it's like, okay. So she uses that to help climb her up. Aleyna, how
Mhm.
sober are you, first of all?
Sober enough.
Good. You see, we've got a little bit of an issue again. Nothing bad, but we do need to take care crossing the river, or bad things will happen.
Uh-huh.
So if Seam has offered to help show us how to actually drive the wagon properly. She's actually unhitched it, and she's crossed the river, but she's going to come back and show us how to do it ourselves, so that we can actually drive the wagon across without crashing in the water, hopefully.
You're gonna have to dunk the two drunkards.
Oh, I
Lass?
gladly dump their ass in the water.
Lass,
Oh,
I'm
you
not
just made
that drunk. I'm really not. It was
Milford's the only one who's
couldn't
like
tell you,
blackout
singing
drunk.
hasn't
Who's like
changed.
badly drunk.
Yeah, she just yells down, I couldn't tell you, singing hasn't changed.
This is
Anyway, get off the wagon.
this is my baseline, lass. I'm just like this.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's who I am.
And
Corey.
yeah, she gives that sort of half cry, half laugh, like.
Corey is like
this-
Corey is like Jack
Go ahead.
Sparrow. He has a baseline level of drunkenness where he's actually surprisingly functional.
Yeah, he's a functioning drunk, and he's a lot of fun.
Oh.
I like Black Sparrow. Jack Black Sparrow. Okay.
So at this, you see her actually hands forward as she stretches, and you watch as those wide wings just fully flare out, and she's waking up.
Well, it mustn't hurt too much. You can extend that one quite well now.
Seam gave me a pain potion. I'll be fine.
Awesome.
It's also why I don't have a hangover.
Even
Now-
better. What are we going to do about them?
Let him suffer.
I'm fine.
Good.
I'd like to point out, Milford's not hungover. Milford is still drunk.
Milford's still drunk. He's still drinking. We're going to have to push him off the seat.
Oh, I've already set both my sword and my scythe on the whiskey. If they move either of them, I will be very pissed. Because if they touch my stuff, it won't end well for them.
Lass,
They're drunk.
shall I remind you which of us paid for that?
Should I remind
Should I remind you that Corey has already said earlier that people don't make good decisions when they're around you?
She literally just stomps her foot on the wooden reinforcement and says, "Should I remind you who can throw you neck deep into the river without trying?"
Lass, I just
Oh,
want to,
hey!
Can I watch?
I just
Should I
want to
remind you who can throw the whole wagon into the river? Who's at the reins right now? Shut
At
up!
At this,
At this,
literally,
Ash is going to have to slide down and, maybe push him off the seat because that's a bit
Actually,
scary.
Contested strength roll, Milford versus Aleyna.
Oh,
Jesus.
Aleyna beat her to it. Oh.
Oh?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good roll.
Oh,
Oh!
Okay, so what happens is she actually shoves him with her bad wing and hisses as it hits what looks to be a bulge in the sailbone. And she just brings it close to her and growls.
Lass,
Shawnee, your turn.
as a reminder, Milford and I paid for the whiskey. We're happy to share it in the interest of group cohesion. And I don't blame you for wanting him reasonably sober.
I just want him out of the driver's seat. He can stand on the side of the road and drink this whiskey for all I care. Just get him out of the driver's seat.
You lads and lasses could have just asked.
But
The reason I'm here is because no one else was awake.
But you're not keeping me from drinking. And I'll thank you not to try.
Ash sort of gets the impression that he can be dangerous when it comes to getting between him and his booze.
Corey
like
and
that.
Milford just showed how dangerous they can be when you touch their liquor.
Yeah.
She just climbs back to the seat, and just glares. Shawnee, Ash, I've got to fix that.
Please.
And Seam merely stealths up. Row elves, I swear. Puts a hand on both of y'all and casts Lesser Restoration, banishing your drunkenness and
She instantly
aforementioned
sobered them.
hangovers.
That's not going to make them very happy. She instantly sobered them up. Corey doesn't like being sober. And I'm not sure about Milford either.
Milford was having a grand old time.
I don't think that helped.
Corey looks at her, and he would have refilled his flask from the whiskey last night. Looks at her, takes out his flask, chugs. You don't want me sober, lass. Neither do
I
I.
want you sober enough to learn these lessons.
And I promise you I am. I do better with enough.
Don't think they want to.
I do better with
Sorry.
enough alcohol in me to keep my brain quiet. So, you want to teach us about driving a cart? I'm happy to learn.
Yes.
I'm very
And
happy to
thus-
learn, in fact.
Okay, I need everyone to make a intelligence check to see how
Uh-oh.
well they're absorbing the lesson.
Oh joy.
Ash just sort of slides down the roof onto the seat next to Milford and just sort of shuffles him over a bit
was-
so that she's a bit more in control. Corey's back to drunk. Corey's back to drunk.
Milford's was really close to being a nat 1, though, so...
Yeah, Ash
Other one,
is-
Shalamar.
which one?
Click on the big one
Oh,
at
that
the
one.
top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the ones in the boxes are all your saving throws.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
To be fair,
That's like...
Corey was absolutely ready to learn, and then people threatened him with a lack of alcohol, and he's a little pissed off at the moment.
He's not learning out of spite, basically.
Like, not so much out of spite, but he's distracted by how annoyed he is.
You're like the kid in class who, like, puts, like, his thumbs in his ears at the teacher's like, will you pay attention?
He genuinely wants to learn this, he's so annoyed that Aleyna tried to suggest that she's in control of the whiskey that we paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're lucky Milford at the time was a little too drunk to understand what was going on.
I think Ash really wants to learn, but is either too weak to even have any hope of controlling the Aptonoth, or is too distracted by the now sober drunks who are rather pissed off.
And also Corey is, as a general rule, it's not that he's dumb, he's just not very bright.
It's not that I'm stupid, it's that I don't pay attention.
As you guys are paying attention, Seam does.
I mean, if we're being realistic, Corey probably has ADHD.
Yep.
Because a significant amount of his mannerisms regarding boredom are directly pulled from the way I am.
Yep, yeah.
And you are taught how to safely drive the Aptonoth before it is rehitched to the Guarga train, and you are across the bridge well enough to see what lies under the tree.
Look at that. That is a dragon.
Oh, that's something.
It's a big old
Right.
pile of bones.
What worries me is if that thing's that big, what's the big thing that killed it?
That was just a little one. It was.
That's my problem.
Unfortunately, they did not have a skeleton for the dragon I'm about to tell the story about. We followed this track for years. That skeleton's new. Only a couple years old. It was.
Don't like what that implies.
Was just a baby. It was a strange dragon, too. Angry. I've never really seen dragons as dark as that. Black dragons, they stick to the swamps. Particularly in Shadowfell or southern Rivendell. The reason our trade routes avoid it. That no beastie I've ever seen. But its wings were like a cloak hanging off of its back. And it had the strangest dust that when you inhaled it, you became weaker or more aggressive. We never could figure it out. Drove the animals crazy when we passed by it when it was first killed.
Okay.
Ash is the wagons moving?
The wagons are actually waiting for
Still
So
crossing.
that's on the cross, yeah.
Ifrin's
Oh.
wagon to cross.
So
Ash wants to get off and actually have a look at the skeleton. She wants to investigate the skeleton.
All right.
Corey's
Anyone else?
Milford's gonna hop off too, yeah.
Corey is an inherently curious person. He's nosy. Corey doesn't know what
Really?
it is. But, I do. And I want to kick its ass.
Can Milford take a closer look to like figure out the cause of death with like bone chipping and stuff?
Yes.
As a soldier, he's definitely seen like deaths by blades before.
Ash was just curious as to what type of dragon it was.
Yeah. What do I need to roll a check for that one?
You do. You need to roll. I'd say a nature check.
Investigation, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I'd say it'd be investigation, wouldn't it?
Yeah, investigation, and then if you're looking for the type of way, I'd say nature check.
I'll roll nature because I'm better at nature.
No, I roll nature, you roll investigation.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I'll roll investigation then.
But the way that
There we
thing
go.
is laying, that is the creature that the skeleton came from.
Do we get advantage?
No.
Yep. I
She
knew
got no
it.
clue again.
I knew it. I know what it is. Corey has no idea. I'm not even
Aleyna
rolling for
moves-
whether Corey has any idea. Corey does not poke at shit like that.
Oh god.
Yet.
Aleyna sets her head on the her hand on the neck, withdraws it, and actually growls and hisses. This was not killed by blades. And Milford, in your investigation, there is not a single scratch on the bones.
Hey, bone structure's clean. No nicks, cuts, breaks, anything like that. It's like it just dropped over.
Magic killed
He
this.
said it was the baby. How can a baby just drop over dead? Something must have killed it.
Didn't leave any evidence, lass.
Maybe
I
something
want
was wrong with it.
everyone to make a history check.
Maybe something was wrong with it.
Yeah, well, it could have been poisoned. Why did these dice hate me?
They're too light. They feel like they don't roll enough.
Corentin, you recall when you were leaving Eden Adele. They were guarding something that glowed. Something magical. And a shiver of fear and dread goes down.
Is this what was
your
in the other wagon?
You don't get to know that. You failed your history check.
No, I'm just verifying. Is this what?
You don't know what's in the wagon, but it is tied to this, and it is tied to the overarching plot.
Yeah, I was just asking because that's the only thing that I can think of that was glowing or being protected. So, does it apply to that wagon that we saw that had the dogs around it?
Yes.
Yes, right, okay. That's all I wanted to know. It was just a DM question, not an Ash question.
Next time, just
Sorry, I
as
forgot to
a
say
foresight. Yes, please. Sorry. Because I can't tell if you're asking DM or if you're asking character.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say DM question.
It's okay. So, Corentin, knowledge hits you, and it scares you. As Aleyna is storming back to the wagon.
See, not
So
I hate them.
something in his brain is pinging in relation between this and that carriage that he wanted to raid. Just to be
Yes.
clear.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what to make of that.
Can Ash pick up a tooth or something?
Ash can certainly try. Strength check to get a tooth out of the skull.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, that was Cell, sorry.
Trying to sneak the tooth out of the skull.
Oh, strength
That's
save. I did
save.
press on the wrong. Where's strength? There. There's strength. Okay, now that I've pressed the right button, I've got the right. Oh, she got a good one too, huh?
Hey.
Alright, so
You manage to get a hold of one of the baby's canines, and it's loose. You wiggle it, and it pops. The tooth is fully the length of your palm to your middle finger.
wow, make a nice dagger.
Impressive chomper there, lass.
Corey's just gonna look at this and just make a face, remembering the cat tooth that he could not get loose.
Seam walks
She-
up. If you're done desecrating the baby, you need to go. She looks at Ash and just goes back to her wagon, shaking her head.
Who puts the tooth instantly behind her back? I wasn't desecrating nothing. I was just looking.
Deception check.
Deception check. Deception box. Okay. Deception word there.
Don't suppose maybe we should bury it?
It's a
Maybe
bloody
Nature
great
will do
dragon.
it
You can
in
sit here
time.
digging all day. I think the wagon's now moving.
Mm.
And sure enough, the train is moving. Aleyna is actually keeping the train up with the others.
Well,
Did she deceive Seam?
someone should bury it.
She watched.
Not going to be me. Don't want to deal with the digging. And he gets back on the wagon.
As he
I
does,
never will
Aleyna,
load the toy in time.
Aleyna looks over. Let the baby lie in peace.
and he gives just a sort of gentle nod to the skeleton of this disturbing thing here.
Ash doesn't care. She's got an awesome tooth trophy now.
You know better than most, Corey. Water is a hell of a powerful thing.
Aye.
You guys continue. I do. And within 4 days of travel, I want 4 perception checks.
4 perception checks?
1 from each of us for watch at night.
Ah, okay.
And are you watching alone? Because apparently you are.
Am I watching? I'm going to sleep.
2, 3.
I think
You
it's
have
I
to
think it's
do a
over
watch.
the days. It's over the days.
Okay. Perception check.
We got 3 passes and 1 fail. Or 2
If I can
passes,
find
1
it.
fail.
Perception.
Perception's below nature.
How many days here?
There it
4
is.
days.
We only need to roll once per character, though.
Yep. 3 passes, 1 fail. Nothing attacks you.
Nice.
Hey.
If she'd have failed, we'd have had another battle.
And you pull into the town of Rishia.
Oh, there we go. I was like, oh no, it's not that blurry, is it? It had to load in.
Sorry, it's not that great, guys.
No,
First
no,
time
it's
designing
fine.
a town. And the train just walks in and ambles over here. Unfortunately, I'm not messing with the train because the map and the sizes don't play nice.
It's okay.
So they load off, and the first thing you notice is Rishia has a huge gate around it. And the people are all, for the most part, farmers. Nothing too crazy.
Reminds me a bit of
Well,
Saint
this
Marie.
looks exciting. Sorry, I talked over you.
That's okay.
and the others are actually looking and starting to offload certain items. Seam looks at you. We'll be here about a week or two. Everyone is staying at the Drunk Dodo Tavern. Ask for Ted and Tiled. Just be wary. Or you can go stay at the Jaggy's Nest. Sisava is an old friend.
I think we'll stay away from things with the word Jaggy in the name for now, but thank you.
Yeah, drunk dodos sound a little bit more their style, actually.
Okay, who's playing what?
Me, sorry. Got rid of it. It pops up every so often.
One,
I'll have to
two.
close that. It's a pet adopt web page and they pop up every so often. I'll just close it so it doesn't happen again. There we go.
Sorry, it just spooked me.
It's annoying, yeah. To catch the pets, you've got to battle them, so it puts battle music up. I've closed it down now. Anyway, yeah, I think the drunk dodo is more their style, she says as she points to those two.
Well, the Drunk Dodo is the big building due west of the stables. Can't miss it. The Jaggy's Nest is over near the docks.
She looks at Corey and sees whether he wants to go near the water.
I'm sorry, I'm writing 4 entries here. You give us 4 nights knowing that I do at least a line every night. It's a problem.
Sorry, sis. Like I said, my plans were a little derailed as well.
Well, if you want, while
But
you're writing, I can have Milford do a bit of a lore dump to give you some time. I have
Corey would
couple
generally prefer to be near the docks. But yes, please.
Yeah. So Milford is grabbing his bags, or bag rather, from the wagon, and because it's kind of an older bag, part of it rips and a book falls out. He doesn't notice.
Ooh.
And he continues on his journey, leaving the book behind for
Which Ash instantly jumps on.
for certain someone to read.
Oi, soldier! Drop something.
It's alright, I've got it. Big mouth.
Whatever. He keeps walking on.
She makes a show of walking after him to give it back, but meanwhile she's flicking through it, reading some pages.
Well,
how many pages has it got?
Right now it has 1, 2, 3, 4 right now.
4. I'll roll a
first thing you'll notice is that the dates are from about 20 years ago.
Oops.
Oh, well, page 1 anyway is good. October 8th, 1519. I love fall. The leaves in St. Marie are starting to change, and I'm glad that I've been posted here. At first, I thought it was some backwater assignment for provincial militia like me. But I've discovered it's so much more. The city is nothing but friendly to us. They even like to gift us loaves of bread and jam sometimes. The forests outside the walls are beautiful. The season is perfect for taking walks when I'm not on duty. The leaves are starting to change. Vibrant oranges and reds are popping against the brown trunks of the oaks, and the yellows are striking against the trunks of the aspens. The Beifong Vineyard's apples are ready to harvest, and they sell what they don't turn into cider. I've never tasted any apples sweeter than those from that vineyard. From where I'm sitting to write this, I can hear the waves of Marie Bay crashing up against the shore. It's breathtaking, to say the least. I think I've decided that when I retire, well, if I ever retire, I'm going to live here. Maybe get a small plot of land outside the city, grow some barley or something, and just live, never having to look over my shoulder again.
Oh, wow.
Want to roll another one?
I'm a bit jealous now because Ash never wrote a diary.
I'm just sitting here going, wow. Tiny baby Milford was very different.
He wasn't that baby back then. Make him what?
Something really messed him up, put it that way.
Yeah. If you want to roll another one.
She's going to walk into his ass if she keeps reading, but I'm going to roll another one anyway.
The good news is I've finished writing, at least.
I keep rolling a 1, hang on. What? There we go!
There we go. I said, you want
I
to just go
told
to
you
the
the
next
die
one?
cases! I mean, look at the Angry Birds! There is 4 Angry Birds there, why? Page 2!
Goodness. October 12th, 1519. One of my rangers was accosted today in the old market while on sentry duty. Some beggar had apparently gotten too close and tried to snatch her coin bag. She panicked and stabbed him. The healer who responded to the whistle blow said that death was instantaneous. My rangers are nothing if not accurate. It's a lot of paperwork when someone dies. Interviews I have to conduct with the ranger involved. Interviews they have to conduct with investigations. Interviews I have to conduct with my superiors. And, of course, everything has to be filed and sent out in triplicate. I wonder sometimes how the army can do anything with any sense of urgency with the amount of damn paperwork it takes to do anything. The ranger, Sibel, has quite the attitude, and she's always had a short temper. I had told her that she needed to be on her best behavior, but I know my rangers are getting a little restless. They like to be out working, tracking, not pulling sentry duties in an urban city. I sympathize with them, but orders are orders.
Okay. Yeah, I think she's definitely going to end up walking into his ass, so I think I might have to do a dexterity save or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could always pocket the book since he doesn't know what fell and just give it to him at the tavern inn later.
Yeah, that's also an option. Alright, so she's stood there reading the book for a little bit. She grabs her gear, tucks his book into her bag.
So yeah, basically it's just a matter if you want to hear the other 2 entries later on or not.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to keep that. Corey's book, he writes in it all the time, but Milford doesn't, so she's got more of a chance of not being caught with it.
This is an old journal. He just happens to carry it from his days of service and stuff.
Unfortunately, Unfortunately, all of Corey's old journals are at the bottom of the ocean.
Yes, which we found out from his journal.
Otherwise, you could find out many fascinating things from those.
Oh, I bet. She wants to get a hold of his book another day. I don't know if she would have been able to, because Seam made them sober again. So, yeah, thank you, Seam. Anyway, she's going to have to go to Seam and grab her skin, too. Would that be done by now? It's been 4 days.
Oh, long since done.
Well,
The
I
right
should
amount
hope
of salt
so.
and the right amount of salt, a little bit of magic. There is a beautiful, clean panther skin blanket, perfect for a halfling, waiting for you.
Lovely and soft. So she grabs that, rolls that up, hoists her bag and trots off after Milford.
Before you go, you may wish to
Yes?
employ Ifrin's orcs to get a bed or two in there. I
Oh,
imagine
yes.
sleeping on the floor is not comfortable.
Yeah, well, she's quite enjoyed Seam's hospitality. But yes, we have been sleeping on hay, but hey, it's hay. So yeah, she's thanks Seam for reminding her, and she's gonna run off and find Ifreen.
Lass, you've been sleeping on hay. I've been sleeping on the roof.
I don't
In the
think that's any
rain.
better.
It's your choice.
It's not worse than where I prefer to sleep on a ship.
Anyway, she puts the rug next to her, puts the blanket next to her bag on the wagon so that nobody steals it, and then runs off to find Ifreen. Where's Ifreen? Anyone seen Ifreen?
You're gonna have to do a perception check for her.
Not very perceptive.
Perceptive enough.
Oh, good.
You spot Ifreen in the arms of her husband. Their
Aww.
foreheads are touching, and they're actually just sharing a quiet moment.
Also, and awkward.
I guess you could say it's awkward.
Awkward. Okay. She sort of grits pulls that face where you tighten your and yeah.
Yes? What do you need?
Oh, hi, Ifreen. I didn't want to disturb you, love, but now that we're in a town where we can stop for a day or two, I was wondering if I could see if we could do any more little jobs for you to try and get some beds in our wagon. Some nice beds.
Nice beds, you say. Well,
Or any bed really. We're not that stingy. Or picky, I suppose.
she looks at her husband for a moment as he chuckles.
I mean, I'm still going to sleep on the roof, so...
Riften looks over. Well, there's the shipwreck outside of town. You could see if there's anything worth it in there.
You have my attention, lad.
Yeah, she raises an eyebrow and looks at Corey. Okay.
Do you know what ship it is?
But I'm not.
More importantly, do you know if it's already been picked clean? It's pretty close to the shore.
Ah! Nobody's gone near that ship.
Why?
I
Is it
don't
haunted?
like the sound of that.
I do like the sound of that. That means there's probably things in it.
Of course,
That's a
you
point.
would say that.
What's wrong with the ship?
Wrong with it? Nothing.
I don't
What's
like
wrong
what
with
you how you
Protecting
worded
the
that.
ship.
Do you know how it wrecked? Or, I suppose, anything useful.
Beyond it's a ship and it's wrecked.
That would be why it's called a shipwreck.
You get the very exasperated, like, you've got to be kidding me, look.
Is that Milford's version of an eye roll, is it?
Basically, yeah.
Was it a pirate ship? Was it a merchant ship? Was it
From what I know,
random idiots?
it was a pirate ship.
Oh, this should be fun. And you really don't know who it was.
All I know is it wasn't here last year.
Hell. I need a bath anyways.
Well,
Who's up for the swim?
Lad, I'm always up for a swim.
You're always up
question
for
wasn't
anything.
directed at you. We know what you're up for.
Just about anything, really.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah. Alright. So what exactly do you want of this ship in exchange for 4 beds?
Rumor of a great treasure lies on that thing. Some powerful weather gem. Bring me that. And I'll not only give you the beds, I'll make that wagon stable and comfortable.
With some climate control spells?
Excuse me, husband. Those spells are hard. Is this weather thing really worth it? Ah, my love. With that thing, we'd never be rained on again.
Well, that sounds
I'm
boring,
liking
but
it.
if it makes you happy.
Ash is liking this plan.
Don't having to get rained on, you say, oh, okay.
Here's my question. If we find anything other than that on it, can we keep it?
If
There's
you find
probably
anything
money
worth it
there.
on that ship, Godspeed to ya.
Alright, Riften, we'll get back to you on that. Come on, boys. Let's go have a look at this ship he's talking about.
Aye, lass. This should be fun.
Just the 3 of ya.
Well, we'll see if we can rope Aleyna into it. But she's the grumpy one.
Grumpy is an understatement. Now, mind you, I do not have a map for this thing. Okay, so all this is literally going to be...
In our heads. We got it. It's
In
all
our imagination.
Go SpongeBob on me and I will hit you.
You can't do SpongeBob. I can only do Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
No.
Okay. Alright, well, we'll go find Aleyna. Or do we want to find a tavern first and stow our gear and then we'll go have a look at this ship?
I think it should be find Aleyna, stow our gear, then go.
Yeah.
Right, I
Don't
don't
think she'd be too happy if we decided to get rooms without her.
I don't know about the 2 of you, but I'm going to stay near the docks. More comfortable by the ocean. That was the Jaggy something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the
nest, I
Jaggy.
think.
It was the Jaggy. But, yeah, Ash doesn't try and argue with him. She doesn't think she could even win that argument. That's an argument that is not going to be won. So she just agrees to go to the Jaggy Head.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're welcome
I'll go
to
with-
stay somewhere else, but it's a decent-sized town. It might be difficult to meet up.
We'll go with it. It's a shorter walk to the ship anyways if we stay there.
I was just going to say that it is closer to our objective.
Oh,
Now, where did
God is
Aleyna
angry.
get to? Oh, something's booming and thundering. It's going to rain again.
I think I saw Aleyna at the wagon still? Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Aleyna is not at the wagon. Matter of fact, Aleyna's nowhere in sight.
Always off on an adventure, that's one.
Always one of them, isn't there? All right. Well, I can't do anything about Aleyna. We might as well grab our gear and go to the Jaggy Head. So she
Should
picks
we
up her
leave
blanket
word
and her
saying
pack.
where we're going? Tell him she'll be back here to the wagon before she goes anywhere else for the night.
Thunder like that, I think Narwa's blessed this idea. But we're also
Are we
likely
supposed
to
to
get
look
rained
after
on.
Franklin and Buffhead now?
Not my
Last time
problem.
the orcs did it for us.
Not my problem. I don't do animals, lass.
Should have asked Riften while I was there.
We have a couple bales of hay in the back, I think. We can
We can feed them,
load in
yeah.
and out, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure since they're technically not ours. I'm sure they'll get cared for by the wagon train.
Yeah, but do you want to risk it?
No, because I'm not pulling that damn thing.
Neither am I.
Alright, let's go grab some hay.
It does diminish our bedding somewhat, but yes. So they
Well, we do
she
this
grabs
right,
some-
we'll have good bedding.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. She grabs some hay and she feeds the two Aptonoth and gives them a pat.
They nose her happily and just
And
munch their
Milford
heads off.
make sure they have like water in a trough. And hitches them up to a hitching post. That way they're not like tied to the wagon while they're working on it.
You're looking for your angry one, yeah?
And
Yes.
Aye.
Have you seen where she went?
Heard there was some hotshot racer heading into town. She probably went to make hard eyes at him. Check over
really?
by the
Heart
stable.
eyes. Her?
Sounds interesting, at least.
I would suspect her heart is the size of an eye, but I don't think she'd make heart eyes.
I think Thrawn means that she's got the hots for someone. This is interesting. Come on, boys, let's go check this out.
Yeah, let's go see what's up.
I've yet to see her.
You
be
didn't happen to
interested
catch
in
where the
anyone.
racer was going.
Ha! All races go to the stables first. That animals are
Alright.
not allowed on the steep.
To the stables it is, then.
Stables it is.
And stables would be which way?
He jabs his
It's-
finger towards the giant fence that's visible from where the train is.
Where all the horses are, I'm presuming. That's yeah.
So
Fair
that's what
enough.
that smell was.
And
I thought it was you.
certainly isn't me, lass. Might be him though.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
And Corey walks up towards the stables.
I'm just writing the location of the wagon train, that way it's not forgotten.
Yep.
Yeah. That's helpful. Alright. So yeah,
It's going to
toting
take you
their
about 15-20 minutes to walk to the stables.
this is a big town. Toting their gear. So she's got a bag and a blanket over her shoulder. They make it to the stables. Which the smell has not improved the closer you get.
Yeesh. Now I see why they always kept the horses outside the city in St. Marie. Ugh. Good thing we didn't stay at the Dodo, it's right next door.
I'm glad we didn't now. Yes, we would have been the dodos.
And now you understand why I'm not a fan of animals.
I don't care if you don't have any spots. My race mount needs the best care, and you will give it to me.
Oof, someone's got an ego.
Listen, lad. Smart to issue you off from Betadine. We give everyone the same chance here.
Milford's gonna rest his hand on his axe handle because he senses something's going to happen.
Yeah, ears have perked up. Ooh.
You guys hear, unfortunately, I do not have the Odogaron roar. You do hear a very familiar roar.
Milford's gonna walk over to where the argument's going and say, is there a problem here?
The owner turns around and you see a copper dragonborn. There is green tinges to the edge of his scaling. He's older, about middle-aged. And you see in the stables, there's not just horses. There's gyros. There's an Odogaron. There's a couple of other odds and ends. And the smell is actually not as bad inside as it is in the field. Somebody's about to get majorly in trouble. Thank you, whoever had the sound effect. And there you see, squaring off with him, a young man who's not short but not tall, with large ears that almost stick out. Okay, they do stick out. I'm trying to describe this guy, okay? He's got
I'm trying to picture.
grayish blue tattoos on his eyes and the tips of his ears. This is a strange high elf, drow elf hybrid. And he has issues. He's arguing with the Copper Dragonborn for a room for a hulking black Odogaron that looks ready to fight.
Hey, let me rephrase the question. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Milford Hades of the Provincial Forces. Is there a problem here?
The one looks at you with the most desirative sneer. This is the company. Thank you. This the company you're keeping, Jerry. Explains why this place has gone to hell. Get my Odogaron stabled. And you! Do you have any idea the trouble I've gone through hunting you down? At this, you notice somebody's not being... He's speaking to somebody you can't see yet. And he reaches out and grabs the cloth. And you see him actually drag Aleyna down to his level, holding the front of her shirt. I have been looking for your ass for 13 years.
You
And
get
you show up in this backwater town?
You get your hands off of her, or you're going to regret it, lad.
Yep, there's our girl in trouble already.
He snaps his fingers, and the ebony Odogaron moves between you and him.
Stand down,
The fight won't
puppy.
be starting here, lad. Let the girl go.
You have no idea who she really is, do you?
Don't care, she's under our protection. Let her go.
She's part of our group.
You don't know who I am, lad.
And I
Clearly.
don't particularly care.
Can Corey reach to touch this guy?
He can.
Shocking grasp.
What a surprise! There we go.
Roll an attack.
Does that hit?
It does hit. Is that the damage? Oh, there it is.
That's the damage. I was saying, 19's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You don't
grits
want
his
to mess
teeth.
with me. Let her go,
He grits his teeth.
or we have a problem.
Hmm.
And I can do that all day.
Like mother, like daughter. You will go home. One damned way or another. With that, he gets on the Odogaron. Sneers.
I'm
Sneers
just
at
gonna
Jerry.
say, in a reaction to him saying you will go home, shocking grasp again, because Corey does not
Yeah,
not
as
like
she
that.
narrowed her eye, she's not impressed. She's angry.
Okay, attack.
Milford also has axes drawn, so
Roll damage.
Corey very specifically does not like someone trying to force someone to go home. Because if someone tried to force him back to Ayla, he'd take their damn head off.
He shoves Aleyna back, who hits the wall rather hard, showing he's a lot stronger than he looks. And he gets onto the back of this Odogaron, which you now see has a saddle. I'll settle with you later. Yanks the reins and breaks the door on his way out.
Milford's gonna run over to Aleyna. You okay there, lass?
She's shaking.
Ash puts her dagger away and goes, "What was that all about?"
Right, not letting you out of our sight again.
No kidding.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's just go to the hotel.
Girl, you are so far from fine, it is not funny.
Ah, leave her be. She copes, I'm sure. And if she doesn't, she knows she can talk to us. Right, lass?
Right.
Yeah, sure. Talk. Can we go now?
I don't blame you for not wanting to talk.
Some high.
Well,
No kidding. Can Milford check for visible injuries from the wall hit?
He can. He
would
will
that
have
be
to
Would that be a medicine check?
Yes, that would be a medicine check. As Jerry is moving around, looking extremely irritated.
Oh, good medicine check.
Nice. Well done.
Dr. Hades.
Yeah!
Aleyna has 3 visible injuries. One is her wing is dislocated.
Ooh.
2,
Ouch.
she has a cut at the nape of her neck from hitting a nail. And she is bruised on her clavicle from where he was gripping her.
I think I can handle the cut and the bruise. I'm not sure about the wing.
The wing? What has she done to her wing?
Dislocated it. You see how it's got that little lump there at the joint? She's pulled it out of socket. I'm gonna need another hand to help pull it back into place.
Aleyna just glares daggers at you.
Yeah.
would a
You're gonna
healing
need her
potion
unconscious
fix
to
that?
do that, I'm thinking.
Would a
Sorry.
healing potion fix that, or would it just make it worse?
You
I don't
take
know
a
how they
healing
work.
potion with a bone out of place, and it will heal where it's at.
Out of place. Yeah, that will not
We've
work.
got to yoink it into place. Now, lass, I give you these choices. You either let us yank that wing, or you never fly again.
Corey passes her his flask. Drink first. You're gonna need it.
Both of you, perception check at advantage. Or not perception, persuasion. Thank you.
They're persuasive.
She takes the flask and drains it, handing it back to him. Leans back and extends the wing as far as she can, which is not far because it's at the forespur. It's where the wing extends that's dislocated. So it's that first major joint.
Looks like a pretty straight dislocation. We're gonna have to pull straight. He feels
They're
the
like
joint
the
a
elbow
bit.
joint.
Yeah. He feels the joint a bit. We're gonna have to pull straight down and out. You got that, lad? He's assuming Corey's gonna be the one helping the pull.
Corey looks at this situation. Alright. Don't know
a heavy hand
about medicine,
smacks onto Corey's shoulder.
Corey does have a +2 to medicine checks, so he probably can help, but it makes him nervous.
Yep. A hand smacks onto Corey's shoulder.
Aye?
Methinks you might want to stand back. I can help pull.
Probably better.
And
I do well enough
He's
at
gonna be hit.
I do well enough at stitches, but beyond that, I don't know much about medicine.
Hmm.
Stitches and bandages, that's about it.
Name's Jetty. At this, he takes his place and looks to Milford for guidance.
Alright, Jerry. Name's Milford. So what we're going to do is you're going to firmly grip that wing bone running straight from the joint to the edge of the wing. Okay?
Mm.
Grip it as hard as you could, like you're going to pull a rope. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to pull straight out and down towards the floor at the same time. We're going to listen for a pop. It's going to be the joint going back into place. You got it?
Got it.
Ash puts her fingers in
Alright.
the ears. This is going to hurt, and she's going to scream.
Yeah, Corey's covering his ears too. he knows what it looks like when someone gets a dislocation fixed.
Last, whatever you do, don't hit me. 1, 2, 3!
Strength check. At advantage.
Ooh, at advantage. Okay. Good.
Oh. What about Jerry's strength check?
Jerry's doesn't have a character sheet, but
DM.
We'll say he's strong because he's a stable hand.
he
He'd have
is
to be
actually the owner of the stable. He is a copper dragonborn.
Yeah,
That
he'd have
would
to be strong.
probably involve a lot of strength.
Yeah.
And Dragonborns, I think, get extra.
A bonus.
Yeah, you're like super strong.
You watch as the bone goes from being crooked and bulged to straight and then clicks into place. Aleyna hits a knee and just this agonizing scream escapes her.
Right. Well. Can Milford cast Cure Wounds on the bruise and the cuts?
He can on the cut, not on the bruise.
Alright, let's do it on the cut then. Not at an advantage.
And you watch as the bleeding does stop. And it closes and scabs over. As if it's been healed for several days. Instead of several minutes. It's working on healing.
Alright, lass. Let's get you to the end and get you in a bed.
Bed. Bed sounds good.
Alright,
We were going to check out a crashed ship outside the city, but I think we can wait until you're feeling a little better.
Aye. Ash, you want to grab her bag?
Yep, Ash hoists her. What is in this bag? Hoists her bag. And, yeah, trails along behind them as I presume she's leaning on their shoulders.
She's trying, but she's so damn tall.
It wouldn't work very well for her to lean on Corey. Milford, maybe. Corey...
I say, Milford's probably the closest thing to leaning you're gonna get.
Like, Corey's eye level is we've established where his eye level is.
She'd have her elbow on his head.
That wouldn't really work very well. What with the hat?
So yeah, they're just steadying her.
Yeah. Come
So,
on,
yeah,
lass.
she's,
Just a block or two left.
All right. So as you walk, Aleyna's just out of it. And she's in such pain that she's not thinking straight. If you have questions, now is probably the time to get her.
Yeah, Ash was going to ask, so who was that guy on the O-Dog?
O-Dog.
Where do you know him from?
You mean Errol and friggin' Tula.
The O-Dog's name is Tula.
Yes.
Or
her
Errol.
name-
Hey, don't be judgy.
Yes, her name
Well-
is Tula.
I suppose we've got a buffhead. So, where do you know Errol from?
Errol's been hunting me mom and me for years. Found us when we left Shadowfell and were hiding in Evergrace. I was just a kid.
Sounds like a bounty hunter then? Or was there
He's
another
a-
reason why you were being hunted?
Errol prides himself on being the strongest, fastest, and all-around best. He's one of the Vetadine champions in terms of racing. No one can keep up with Tula.
So overall,
So
a
it's a
general
pride thing
asshole.
then. Yeah, it's a pride thing then.
How he found me, how he sought me out, I don't know. But I will
Had to
tell
be
you
luck,
this.
lass.
Yeah, given that we're on a wagon to nowhere and ended up in this town by chance, I'd say you've accidentally come across him through
Wrong
bad
time,
luck.
wrong place. I think we scared him off for now, though. Well, specifically, I think Cordy has scared him off for now.
I don't take kindly to people screwing with my crew. We may not be on a ship, but you lot are the only friends I've got at the moment.
At this, Aleyna smiles.
Don't get
He
me
wasn't
wrong, I'm not
talking-
sure I'm willing to die for any of you. Well, it depends on the reason.
Give it time.
But I like
Yeah,
you
Ash
well
thinks
enough.
that's great progress, actually.
But I like you well enough, and I'm certainly not letting some arrogant asshole drag you anywhere.
That's just it. He wasn't taking me back to Vetadine. He was trying to
What?
take me back.
She was just going to ask, well, what was he doing then?
Let's get somewhere private first.
I-
And at that, she just touches.
Honestly, I don't care where he was trying to drag you. He was trying to drag you somewhere, and I've got no intention of allowing it. I
Yeah,
protect
me
my
either. The
people.
only dragging we do is dragging you to the Jaggy's head. Where's the Jaggy's head? Just here.
Should be just around
The
the corner,
Jaggy's
yeah.
head or the Jaggy's nest?
Yes.
The Jaggy's nest.
The Jaggy's Head is a club that your little kids aren't allowed to go to.
And here I thought the Jaggy's head was what happened after we let Aleyna at one. As in it comes rolling off.
DM question. This is the Jaggy's Head, right?
No. Actually, yeah, that's the Jaggy's head.
Okay. Just labeling for
Yeah,
Necessary
that's
state.
very useful.
yeah.
They're dragging her. Well, dragging her along, drunkenly walking along. This bag's getting heavy. I don't know what she's got in it, but I think it's made out of rocks.
Well, you're not exactly wrong. It's got a couple of whetstones and a couple of my rations.
What,
I
rock
think the
cakes?
stones would serve you better dry, lad. Lass.
Aye, but
There's
after
a-
all this rain,
I
every
guess
stone is
everything's
wet.
after all this raining.
And as y'all enter the Jaggy's Head, it is Chris frickin' Steen.
Well, I'm glad we chose the Jaggy instead of the Dodo. This is a much nicer place. How much is it going to cost us, though?
It's something about a friend. We need to mention some names to get in?
Yeah.
At this, you see
Shite.
a
I
Naga.
completely forgot the name. Shite.
At this, you see a Naga come from around the counter. High cheekbones, aristocratic looks. And she just looks at you. Can I help you?
You wouldn't happen to be the fine owner of this establishment, would you? Milford does a like a bow and like takes his eye patch off instead of his hat.
Ah!
Lieutenant Colonel Milford Hades, at your service.
Ash just looks at him amazed. That's the most charm he's ever shown.
You wouldn't happen to have some rooms for some weary travelers, would you?
Perhaps.
If it helps speed things along, anyway, we are helping out the wagon train that's currently in town. We're in security for them and such.
Yes, it's Riften and Ifrin's wagon with Seam the apothecary. I'm sure you must know them. They did mention your lovely establishment to us.
Yes, comes
You
highly
mean that
recommended.
You mean that half-baked dog got married to a Ifrin?
It would
Yes,
appear
we're still
so.
trying to figure that one out ourselves.
Deeply
It's not
inexplicable.
that up in my head.
Deeply inexplicable, but they seem to be happy. Can't judge them
And
for
how
it.
is Seam?
Oh, we had a lovely chat. She's doing very well with her healing potions and look, she made this lovely blanket for me out of this skin that we killed.
Hey, she's taking quite the shining the short stack.
Quite frankly, I find her unnerving, but she's a very impressive, oh, what's the potion brewing? I'm sorry, we've just had a very alarming incident.
Oh, and our friend needs a little bit of a lie down, so if we could get some rooms, it would be very beneficial for her.
They told us to
Beyond
ask
tea-
for someone specific, but the name has gone entirely out of my head because of what just happened at the stables.
My name is Sasaba.
That was the name, I think.
Yes. I believe
It was definitely something with an S, and that does sound familiar. Corey is just pouring as much charm as he possibly can into this.
At this, she just kind of quirks a grin, and you see the hint of one of her venomous fangs. I suppose we have a few rooms on the ground floor.
That would be most gracious, Lady Sasaba. Thank you.
Hey, most kindly appreciated.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. 2 rooms. That'll be 3
Yes.
gold a night.
How long did Ifrine say we were staying here?
I think she said a week.
A week. Okay. So yeah, seven nights. And I
So
guess I'm
arguably,
paying because
yes, you're paying because I have no gold.
you spent it
Yeah.
all on booze.
Corey's just
At
gonna.
this-
do it again.
Corey's
At this,
just gonna
Aleyna
check
looks
his.
over.
Corey's just gonna check his coin purse and go. I really hope they're actually going to pay us for guarding this wagon train at some point. I appreciate the
Was
things
that a moth I just seen fluttered out?
I appreciate the things they're giving us, but I would like money.
Money would be nice.
Money would
At
be very
this,
nice.
Aleyna leans back.
Perhaps
Take
we
gold
shouldn't
from
have
my
gotten the
bag.
whiskey. No, never mind. That's a stupid thought.
How dare you suggest such a thing?
I don't know what
Meanwhile,
I was thinking.
Ash rummages through her bag, looking for her coin purse.
Ash.
While the other two argue.
In my bag is my purse. Take the pay from there. I've got some to spare.
I'll say. No wonder this was heavy.
Yeah, she's got 300 gold in there.
Oh yeah, because she hasn't like spent any of it, has she?
She hasn't spent it on booze.
Booze and healing potions. That's what Corey spends his money on.
Ash takes out the money out of Aleyna's purse and hands it over to whatever his name was.
Sasaba.
Sabra hummus. Yeah.
She smiles and leads y'all to two very nice looking rooms. Large beds on either side, a fireplace in each room that is already lit. And
my dear, would you be able to point us in the direction of the bathhouse?
each one has one attached.
Even better.
Oh. All right, lad. Could
Why
get
do you
used
think
to this?
Why do you think it's 3 gold a night? A normal
No
stay
communal
is like a normal stay at a decent inn is like 3 or 4 silver.
Yeah. They each have their own bathhouse. I love it. Okay.
Well, this is a sense of style I could get used to.
Right.
And at that, Aleyna wants to fall on the bed, and she's actually caught by the Yunti tail.
Though sharing a
She is
room
an Aga.
isn't, well, I'm sure if I need to do, I'm sure I can find other accommodations if need be.
Oh,
Hang on a minute.
No offense,
she
lad.
points up.
Oh.